Greetings, my beloved Rainbow Warrior Tribe. How are you? So today I want to talk about portals to wisdom and the purification process that we're all in at the moment, and just some synchronicities of the times that we're in astrologically. And I like to correlate the astrology to the holidays, especially when I notice a pattern. And something that we just came through was the full moon in Virgo. And the full moon in Virgo is a sign of order and cleanliness and purification. And so the full moon in Virgo that we just got through in this last little window here was this time of purification. And I want to say we're in Lent right now. We're in Lent, that is a Christian holiday that is all about purification and kind of taking a step back and reeling back into instead, like you give something up for Lent. So you're letting go of something that might be a bad habit or something that you're indulging in too much. And so it's really a time of withdrawal and rectifying and realigning ourselves. That cycle ends up correlating and corresponding exactly to the Venus Retrograde cycle, which is from the beginning of the March in its 6-week cycle to the middle of April. So right now, today is March 14th, and we have one more month, so we have 4 more weeks of this purification process. Now, Venus Retrograde, as Venus is the planet of love and self-worth and romantic relationships, in a retrograde cycle, she is turned inward. So again, it's coming into yourself, allowing yourself to fine-tune and realign with what you need that best serves you. And from there, your relationships will be enriched after this cycle and this phase completes. So April 15th is supposed to actually be quite a squirrely day, according to the astrology. It's got like a square to Saturn and different things. And I've heard Maurice Fernandez, who's another astrologer, say don't actually submit your taxes on that day because it's got very strange energy, and a cycle completes. And usually every time there's like a completion cycle or like a specific day, sometimes it's better to lay low or give things out on a different day. Like the eclipses we just had, those were really powerful eclipses. And I want to talk about this thing called Dharma gates that has been coming up in my consciousness recently. It's so amazing. There are these portals and doorways to our ascension. So for me, with the eclipses that just happened, I went through a deep purification process. A lot of karmic release happened, and I was able to hopefully let go of a couple things. What I did see, though, is that we are given by the universe these portals, these higher doorways, these frequencies. And if we have a really good reaction time, a really strong reaction time, and really the courage really to go through these doorways, then we are able to go to a higher road. Now, I have to say, I didn't make it this time. There was like these portals and these Dharma gates that I kept seeing and I kept missing. I kept just missing the mark of, and not being able to go through the doorway. And really, there's a couple reasons why. I feel that if we have, it's all comes down, life, I think, comes down to limiting beliefs. And like we talk a lot on the Paradigm Shift Central chat hangout community, that we talk a lot about how the world is a matrix and the world is a video game. So I want to correlate it to a Dharma gate is like, if anybody remembers the original Mario Brothers in level 8, if there's this giant gap in the brick road, and if you try to jump, or like Neo in the Matrix, if you try to jump, but you're like Mario can't get across because he actually can't physically jump that, and Neo can't imagine that it's like free your mind. You can't imagine that you can actually go beyond where you have been before. That reminds me of the mantra, Gate Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. I'm going to say that again. Gate Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. One more for all of us together. Gate Gate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. Gone, gone, gone beyond. All hail the goer. So it's this beautiful release of what, and I had said in previous videos that I had made in the summer that we are closing a chapter and saying goodbye to ourselves and a whole entire life cycle. And so I feel like this purification process that we're in right now, that the eclipses brought out, they showed us a doorway to go towards. Oh, but I have to finish the gate thing. They showed us a doorway to go towards. And then I want to talk about how, the last 4 months has been like almost like a grief cycle of that, like rectification or that putting away of this old life that we've had. And it feels like over the last 2 weeks or so, as those eclipses and then last new moon happened, we can finally breathe some fresh air again. So in order to keep going through these portals, because these portals will keep coming up cyclically, because they're for our ascension, we have to let go of these concepts that are limiting our beliefs that we can't make it across or that we can't do something that we've never done before, and then just believe that we can. And the other thing that's a really strong message is believing that we are part of the infinite. My whole shtick, my whole Dharma is this infinite everything, that everything is infinite, that everything is abundant, and that we are a part of it. And I think separation, we forget so much that the universe, the creator of the universe, the one who is turning the moon, the stars, the sun, and the tides, is allowing us to also do our lives. Hold on one second. Somebody has to use where I am. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's a horse behind me. So I had to stop the video for a second because the horse and the woman was teaching the horse not to be afraid, actually, of me. And she was just showing him. And I thought I'm using this little tree stump as a stool for the camera. So yeah. So anyway, so teaching us that there's nothing to be afraid of. That's quite interesting that happened right in the middle of the channeling. So coming back to the Mario Brothers and the Dharma Gate, what we get to do is we get to run across this invisible bridge. And it's the faith, right, that bridge is there and that we will be caught in order to allow us to expand and move beyond. I was really shown these beautiful like doorways and portals that I didn't end up going through, but I saw so vividly, and I saw them so clearly that I was really able to recognize it. But I feel like my own karma or limited beliefs, my own concept of mind, kept me driving and stuck on where I was focused on going. And I feel like that's a huge lesson, is to really be open and not I think working with the universe and working with God and working with the higher intelligence and trusting that our highest self has our back and that we are able to move out of the way and to allow grace to move through us. And when we don't, forgiveness, is the answer to that. When we don't, we must forgive ourselves. We must forgive others. We must allow, we must let go and just surrender and know that there will be another door and another doorway. But in order to make it through these beautiful Dharma gates that are presented to us and will be presented to us more and more, and I actually want to ask you guys for feedback on this. Have you, in this last cycle that we all shared together, this last little 4-month window, or the last eclipses, or the full moon, whatever, did you notice that there were Dharma gates for you to move through? Did you step through them? What did it take for you to move through them? And then what did you learn on the other side? Or were you able to forgive yourself if you didn't move through them? And how did that work for you? So I would love to know and create like a more interactive experience with these videos. So please leave in the comments below, or even make a video and comment back to me. That would be really cool. I would love to hear from you. So it is my prayer for us in this next 4-week cycle that we are able to continue to make adjustments of this purification process. And I feel like something else wants to come through. I'm seeing like everybody organizing our lives together. We have the equinoxes coming up. Equinoxes symbolize a time of rebalancing where there is equal light and equal dark. And through this purification, there's something about honoring all of it and really being respectful to our surroundings. And as we are making changes, either moving out of relationships towards new relationships, we're going through another phase, and I'd like to start thinking about us breaking up the year into like 3 to 4 month chunks where it's like one cycle here, one cycle here, one cycle here, and it's always a time of rebirthing and reorganization. But especially now, let's see, in 4 months from now, it'll be August. At the end in April, right? And then 4 months it'll be August, and then we have our second series of eclipses. There's a meadowlark singing. I don't know if you can hear it. So know that we're in a cycle right now that we will be working through for the summer, and then allowing all the changes and the shifts that we're making and all the things that we're going towards. And then that reevaluation process will happen again in August. And then from there we get to move forward again. So no one's ever stuck. We're not stuck. We're always transforming, transmuting. And remember the beautiful Dharma of trusting yourself to allow grace to move through you and taking your steps one step at a time to reorganize and purify your life in this beautiful purification process. And may we all go through the Dharma gates and the portals and believe that we can have a life beyond our wildest dreams. So, aho. Thank you so much. It has been my honor and a privilege, such a privilege to serve and communicate to you in this way. Aho, namaste. And so it is. In love, light, and rainbow warrior spirit, this is Michelle Infinity. I'm available for readings and intuitive counseling. I've been doing readings for a couple friends of mine lately, and that's been going very, very well, and a couple clients as well. But it's really fun to do your friends because you get to know them on a very deeper level. That makes me so happy to be able to serve people that I love. Always. And I also am available for energy work, whether it be remote through meditation and intuitive just astral guidance, or physically in Boulder, Colorado. I have a healing office here. So I am very grateful for that as well. And if you have questions about ascension or meditation or energy work, chakra therapy, whatever it may be, please feel free to reach out to me. Michelle Infinity, infinite everything. Thank you so much. Aho.